Hey, what's up guys? This is Mehmet from Smartphone Inspector, and a lot of people ask me if they should get the iPhone 6 or if they should wait for the 6S, the successor that's about to come out in about 5 or 6 months. Well, let's find out. The iPhone 6 has a thin aluminum unibody. There's no sapphire glass to protect the display, but the scratch-resistant crystal has been used to protect the camera lens and the home button. The phone feels premium in the hand, has rounded, smooth edges and is therefore quite slippery, so be careful if you use it without a case. On the left we find the handy mute switch, which seems to stick out a little more than on earlier iPhone models, and the nicely tactile volume buttons, which on my unit started to wobble after a few weeks of use. On the bottom there's a speaker, a microphone grill, the lightning port and the headphone jack. You can plug the charger in both ways, which is very convenient at night when you're in bed. The power button is now on the right to join the nano SIM slot. Flipping it over to the back side, the first thing you notice is the camera lens that sticks out. The cool thing about the iPhone 4 and 5 was that you could lay them on a flat surface and start typing on them without them wobbling all over the place. That's no longer possible with the iPhone 6. Furthermore, we see a design that's very similar to the HTC One, with the two horizontal stripes that support the antennas. You can't go wrong with a 4.7-inch Retina display with a resolution of 750 by 1334 pixels. This is slightly higher than on the 5S, but pixel density is exactly the same because of the bigger display. It's an IPS LED backlit LCD screen. Colors are natural yet vibrant, and the viewing angles are pretty good. But I don't like the big bezels around the screen. Other phones with the same display size, such as the Galaxy Alpha or the Xperia Z3 Compact, come in a smaller overall package. Using it outside in the sun is no problem if you set the brightness to the max. The screen is slightly brighter than the one found in the 5S. Battery life on the iPhone 6 has improved compared to its predecessor, despite having a bigger screen. That's because Apple has bumped the battery capacity by 15%. It can therefore last a day with regular use, or even 2 days with moderate use, unless you install Facebook, which kills any phone's battery in a few hours. The iPhone 6 can play over 9 hours of non-stop video, or do over 10 hours of web browsing on a single charge. When I go to sleep and leave Wi-Fi on, the phone loses between 2 and 5% overnight, which is pretty okay. Phone speakers have come a long way. Nowadays a lot of manufacturers use front-facing stereo speakers, which is probably the best solution, but the designers at Apple are a little stubborn and haven't changed the position of the speaker since the very first iPhone. But I must say, the sound quality of the iPhone 6 is pretty amazing. Listen to this. Call quality is good, like on any recent iPhone, with both parties on the line sounding crisp and clear. The earpiece is nice and loud. iOS 8 is easy to use, smooth enough, and hasn't changed much compared to iOS 7. You can unlock the phone by placing your finger on the Touch ID enabled home button. Somehow, it never seems to work when you demonstrate it to others, which is awkward. There's the handy control center, which unfortunately still doesn't allow you to set a data toggle, and the notification center has been simplified by getting rid of the All and Missed tab. What I like is that you can finally install third-party keyboards, such as Swipe, which can enhance your typing experience, but unfortunately they still don't work as well on iOS as they do on other platforms. I'm not a fan of benchmarking phones. What counts for me is performance in daily use, and I must say the phone delivers in that respect. Inside there's a dual-core processor, which is slightly more efficient than the one in the 5S. It produces less heat, and if you combine it with the quad-core GPU that's inside, you pretty much have one of the fastest phones on the market today, especially when you're browsing the web or playing games. Now, unfortunately, there's only 1 GB of RAM to play with, and you notice that every now and then when Safari crashes or other heavy apps crash. Don't let the relatively low number of 8 megapixels fool you. Apple have put a really decent camera in the iPhone 6. It's faster than the 5S in every way. Shot-to-shot times, HDR shots, and autofocusing are all really quick. It does so by using face detection pixel technology, something we first saw on the Galaxy S5 and G3. As a result, pictures come out sharp nearly all the time. Low light shots are just a tad better compared to the 5S, but still leave a lot to be desired. The camera also offers a pleasant video recording experience, with two easy-to-use video modes. The regular mode records in Full HD at 30 frames per second, and the slow motion mode at a very cool 240 frames per second. So what are my final thoughts about the iPhone 6? Well, if you want to buy an iPhone, I'd say skip this model and buy the next one. You will get more RAM, 4K video recording, a better GPU, better battery life, etc. So you're more future-proof with that. If you're also looking for other brands, which also offer premium builds nowadays, such as the S6 from Samsung, you'll get better specifications in almost all respects for less or the same amount of money. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button, and see you next time for more smartphone inspections. Take care, bye bye, tot ziens.